Greetings and welcome to part 18 of Oblivion with a therapist. A vampire therapist. Ugh. Gotta make this go away. Stat. Leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, all that fun stuff. If I get over 100,000 subscribers before the end of this playthrough, I'll go get bit by a vampire again and will remain a vampire for the rest of the playthrough. So spread the word. Five empty grand soul gems. I have to go use this sword in order to burn through the soul gem. So. Oh yeah. Man, that shrine was so cool. I really enjoyed that. Also, why am I walking? Ooh, an Oblivion gate. That'd be a good place to do that, but I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to go in the Oblivion gate. Here we go, Squandered Mine. The Squandered Mine. This is good. This is good. Ooh, see what's going on in here. Grand soul gems. So I'm worried that I actually don't have any grand ones. Other than the one that I'm currently trying to. Silver vein. Two arms. What's up, bandit? Two lockpits. Lockpicks. I'll take that. Ooh, Elven Battle Axe. That is 55? Holy hell. Also, can we talk about how it took me until right now to learn that there are maps of the dungeons? Holy hell, those of you that have been sitting on your hands the entire playthrough going, holy shit, if he only knew there was a map to the cave he's in so he doesn't get lost. You are the real MVP. Thank you for not saying anything to me and let me figure that out on my own. Yikes. What a dipshit. Elven Battle Axe. That thing does 16 damage. That's really good. Wow. Look at that. You guys are great, man. I say no spoilers. You hit me with no spoilers. That's exactly the way that it needs to be. It's hard to keep quiet about. I believe it, but you did it. You did it. Also, is my mining skill gonna go up from this? Probably isn't. Whoa! Hey, you're on fire. It'll pass away like you.
showing your face was the last mistake you'll ever make.
Is that you, Boris? Alright. I think that's probably sufficient. Now we can go... Grand Soul Gem. Yep. But here's what I don't understand. Where is the used Soul Gem? Look, see, look at that! Look at that! See, now, so I used it, and it's not here anymore. So I don't understand. I don't understand. We'll figure it out. Huh?
Yeah. Take that.
Man, these guys are hoarding a lot of gold down here.
Making me jumpy.
You jumpy?
Am I supposed to be impressed? What's that?
Thrill. Oops. Interested. Oh. Yeah, you like that? Like the way I just slayed that?
That the best you can do?
Ooh, I like your clothes. What are you wearing? So I'm gonna have to go back to that store anyway, and I'm gonna have to buy more Grand Soul Gem, unless I can find more in here. I am enjoying all the gold I'm getting. Who's there?
I'm warming up, you pathetic worm.
Tell me that. if I use... This Nether licks. Grand Soul Gem. Hey, cool. But again, I'm so confused. Oh, because I had a Grand Soul Gem, I used it. Now I picked that up, and now I have an empty. Oh, all right, what? Whatever. All right, we got one. Love that he still floats around like he's in space after he dies. Whee! Think if I saw an armored orc vampire with the sword rushing, I wouldn't be keen on taunting him. Yeah, I don't think I would either. These people aren't the most intelligent we've ever come across.
What's the matter? Getting tired? Die!
Tired of your shit.
Warming up, you pathetic worm.
God, it's so wonderful to have a map. What an amazing thing. I'm gonna headcanon it that was patched in between episodes 17 and 18. I tried to do that before, and it didn't work. Glad that they're continuing to support the game after initial release. Very good of them. Get out of here. Got a Grand Soul Gem out of it. Pleased. Man, this would have made episode 12 a lot easier. part that will forever live in infamy. All right. I can't do things during the daytime. Can't fast travel while taking health damage. Guess I'll sleep till nighttime. Then sleep in the inn because I can't go into shops when it's nighttime. All right, repair hammer. Armor mastery increased. Hell yeah, your hammers last twice as long. Love that. Right, okay, so just to be clear, all items. I have one empty grand soul gem. Apparently. Surfacing camp. It was nice to find one of those, but I don't know that I want to like it seems like buying those is a better option. What's up, man?
Pathetic. Yeah. Ah.
Okay. Give me your shinies. Fort Naso. Dude, that place sucks. Let's go there. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Da-da-da-da-da. All right. Fort Naso. You got any of them grand soul gems around here? Yeah. Oh, what's going on here? You okay? Whoa! Oh, what? What? What is a Minotaur doing here? Whoa! Whoa! Okay. Apparently Minotaurs are a thing. Who'd have thunk it? Go in here. Bet you Fort Naso is littered with them. Sorry, kitty man, my foot's falling asleep. Alright. As you were. Whoa, what kind of people we got in here? Old Fort Naso. Whoa! Hey, vampires! Hey! One of me. One of me. One of me. I guess I don't have to worry about getting bit. Oh, these coffins look so comfortable. Whoa. Shame I can't just drink a potion of cure disease and call it a day. Common soul gem. I don't want those. Skeleton champion. Vampire matriarch. Not even that. Ooh, bow of the dynamo. Take that. Elven Howdy. Greaves. Probably not as good as what I'm currently wearing. At least I don't think so. Yeah, 11 is cool as it looks. I ain't no elf. Jeez. All right. where I came in from? Can you drink vampire? I don't know about fire. No, I'm not totally sure what the deal is. Oh, here we go. This is where all the 4 vampires are buried. Ebony boots worth 5. Where are my boots? This is the juvent. Not worth as much. The ebony boots are better, but they're heavy. Am I over encumbered? I sure am. Worried that might. Over encumbered by 3. Suppose I can dump this too. Not wearing that anymore. I don't want to play with you anymore. Ebony boots? Oh yeah, those are cool. Why am I over encumbered? What? What? Gotta fix my shit, I guess. Might as well level this shit up anyway. I'm so confused. Why all of a sudden... Oh, is it because of like some kind of... I wonder if it's because of like some sort of vampire buff that I get time to time. Dude, that elven battle axe is... Okay, I guess I don't need both battle axes. So... Goodbye, dwarven battle axe. You served me well. I love that there's garlic in that chest. No, I don't. I don't love it because I'm a vampire. And that sucks. Get out of here. Place didn't give me anything cool. But I do wonder if I feed. Can I fast travel during the day? That'd be kind of a cool way to get people to like be vampires. Like, don't make it completely miserable. Like, I realize that I get buffs and stuff, but like, no, if you actually play the role of a vampire, it'll work out for you. You don't need to worry about this stupid ass quest. Just eat people. Drink their blood. Oh boy. I'm a vampire rock climber. Oh. 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 Oh.
Ah!
Ah. Ugh. Dark Fissure. Who are you? Who are you?
God.
Oh, ye bandit bowman.
God.
Alright. If it's a mine, it seems like maybe that's a place where I can get soul gems.
Your presence here will not be tolerated.
Oh, is that right?
Die, cur! There! Die!
He's pretty strong. Alright, at least we're getting a good amount of gold here. Gold and soul gems. Oh god. Oh, oh Jesus. Oh. Hey!
You do realize I've been holding you back.
I bought my crabs by the nines. Assault! Assault!
Yo, you're a orc like me, man. Let's talk. Let's talk it out. Let's talk it out. Oh
Today
shit.
you
Oh, I
die.
thought it died.
This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death. Do your worst.
Alright, I'll kill you. It sucks. Those are the last words. Do your worst. Mace of Jinxing. Guy was just an adventurer. What kind of adventuring he was doing. Maybe he wanted all the gold and plunder down here that I want. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry you had to witness the death of your dog. Damn it. Getting a little hasty on lockpicks here. Is that it? Without a map, you would think so.
Well, well, look who we've got here.
What's up, man?
This ends here. Yeah.
Y'all are wild for trying to fight me. If everybody in here just was like, alright, dude, we know you can kill us, so take whatever you want. Be easy. Nobody would have to die. I just get what I want. Wait a second. Oh, here we go.
Starting to see things, I am.
Are you? Well, how about you? I help you see death.
Move like a pregnant.
Sucks that the last thing he had to hear somebody say to him was a stupid joke like that. Well, nothing good in here. Oh, it's 5:28 a.m. Imperial City Market District. Oh wow!
What's this about?
I hurt
Bo
even in the
Field from
rain,
the
huh?
Arcane University is looking for someone to chase the bandits from Campales.
Okay.
Probably trying to enhance his
Magic place, magic place, magic place. Dude, how wild would it be if you were like walking around town and then you like saw some dude also walking around who's smoking like this?
You're a fit one. Been running a lot.
That guy a vampire? Or is he just hot? Alright,
Good
buddy.
day.
I need some Grand Soul Gems stat.
Let's do business.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I will sell you Boots of the Juman for 812. That's pretty good. Bow of the Dynamo.
An
sell that
excellent
too.
bargain.
Yeah, man. This is excellent. Alright. Get those out of my inventory. Get some money. Sitting on $6,500. We're doing pretty good.
Thank you for your business.
No, thank you, sir.
Farewell.
It's my pleasure. Please continue. Always keep your magical equipment charged.
Wow. $1,200? Get out of here. You're out of your
Can
mind.
I interest you in some of my wares?
Out of your mind. What's okay, so I don't understand. What is the difference? Why is one of these Grand Soul Gems $789 and the other one is, these other two are 64 a piece?
A bargain. A bargain at any price.
Oh, right. Frostcrag stuff. Library area, vault area. Oh, shit. Here, I'll sell you this Minotaur horn. Vampire dust. And... You willing to pay good money for that I don't need. Well, okay. Library and bedroom area. You know what?
A bargain at any price.
Mage Tallow Candles box. That's all about. buddy, that's like the worst place you could lay. Come on. All right.
Come back and see me again.
I will. Maybe.
Bye.
Okay. So. Stop. Grand Soul Gem. See, like a...
It's my pleasure. Let's do business.
All right, fine. I really hope this isn't a waste of my money.
You bought that for a song. A fine transaction.
Lady's stressing me out.
Tell your friends about me.
Yeah. Okay.
Be seeing you.
Oh. All right. So that's going to be 3 then. Now I need to remember where the feedback warehouse. Jasmine's good as 3 brothers. Black Horse. Trying to remember where that one dude's shop is that everybody hates.
What's this about?
Because I wonder if Walmart's got anything in stock.
What? Let's do business.
Oh, and this guy only sells spells.
Be seeing you.
Makes sense. I think we've been in here before. I just want to cure being a vampire. Just want to cure being a vampire.
A coin for an old beggar.
I'm listening.
Wall shields. I guess I could probably look at my quests. And see. Just above the market district with low. Oh, okay. Pay a visit to. Okay, copious coin purse. All right, my dude, what you got?
Hello, welcome back. May I interest you in some of my fine wares?
Oh, because you don't have anything that I want, other than you do have repair hammers. You buy for good prices? Oh, you kind of do. No, not really. Not any different than anybody else. Repair hammers are on the cheap, though. Damn, I am like, talk about burning a hole in my pocket. I have spent a lot of money.
Goodbye. Hope to see you again very.
What time is it? It is 2:44 p.m. I'm supposed to creep on him. Okay, so what would be a really cool touch, and I think this is actually the case, is if all of these books are what are in his inventory, and I actually think that may be what is.
Hello again.
For a potion of cure disease, grind clanfear claws and mandrake root into a fine powder using mortar and pestle. It will remain somewhat gritty. It can be mixed with almost any liquid, but ordinary clear water is safest. Okay. You mind if I go into your basement? Of course you do. Hmm. All right.
It's you. Hi.
Guess we'll pay for a night. Or, well.
Hi there.
Oh yeah,
It's
you
my
sell
pleasure.
Stuff. What do you got?
Have a look
got
at my
anything?
wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you.
No. What is
Take care.
the time that his shop closes?
Hail.
What do we think, like 8 o'clock maybe? Nice. Can I sleep in here if I pick the lock? Come on. Ugh.
Greetings,
Yes?
Fine, give me the bed.
I do have a bed available.
Ah.
Very good. You too.
Right. Sleep for 5 hours. I'll wake up, I'll level up, and then we're gonna see what our boy's up to. Level 16. You dream of long days spent basking in the sunlight of your native lands. You feel the warmth of the heat. You feel your body become refreshed. Then you awaken, knowing it was but a dream. Oh, man. We're getting deeper in. And I don't like it. A lot of vampire dreams.
Have you been well recently? Your skin looks a bit off.
No, man. I'm a freaking vampire. All right, we're gonna follow him. See where he goes.
You should really get to a healer. You're looking rather pale.
Is everything all right? You look a bit ill.
Is everything all right? You look a bit ill.
Guys, I'm
Are you not
well
feeling
aware.
well?
Okay.
Is everything all right?
Okay. Okay, everybody. Why don't we all just chill out for a minute on telling me I look like shit? How about I cure my disease? Not gonna work. See? Look,
You look a
didn't
bit
work.
ill.
Please show your respect for the Imperial Palace by keeping your voice down.
I look terrible. Thoronir, more like Boronir. Hope I haven't made that joke already. Where do you go at night? Dude, I'm like
Hello again.
I could like feed on him. Just feed on him. Destroy the quest line. Slurp his blood. A nice chanty.
Are you not feeling well?
Are you not feeling well?
Shut up. Stop following me while I follow him. Stop it.
Hello.
I ran out of essential oils, okay? I gotta rub more lemongrass, blood orange, basil oil all over my nutsack and it'll all go away. At least that's what they tell me at my
You should really get to a healer. You're looking rather pale.
Herbalife conferences. Stop.
Why are you following me?
Oh!
Please, I'm very busy.
All right, I'm not following you. See? I'm not following you. All those comments about looking ill would make me want to go on a feeding frenzy. Yeah.
Hello again.
What's going on here? You.
Hi.
What's going on here?
Jensine is running the show. She will get in but good.
Oh, yeah?
You too.
As you sit here
Hello
talking
again.
to
Why are
him?
you following me? Please, I'm very busy.
You're right. Why are you talking to that guy? Why are you talking to that guy, Thoronir? Oh, man. Maybe they're like lovers. I don't know. That's none of my business. Gonna follow. I guess we just follow him around. Watch what he does after his shot closes. Okay, he goes and talks to that guy. Then he stands around. Luckily, I thrive in the night. Oh. Oh. Praise at a statue.
Hello. Can't you settle this peacefully?
Whoa! 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 Holy shit!
Like the gods who betrayed you!
Whoa!
Be glad you will not live to see the day Lord Deacon walks the earth.
You will not live to see the day Lord Dagon.
Dude, if Thoronir dies because of this,
Getting tired, you die!
holy hell!
Body.
No way.
Evening, sir.
Good evening.
Carry on.
What? Look at him. He's got he's got arrows sticking out of him and shit. Look at that. What a tank. Wow. Okay. So he comes out of his shop. He goes on a brisk walk. He talks to a dude. He fights the mythic Dawn. He tanks a couple arrows. And then we walk back. Oh my god.
Bye. Good day.
You don't sound good. Are you
not
feeling well?
Have you been well recently? Your skin looks
Christ. People, leave me alone. Thoronir, that fight was crazy, wasn't it? You imagine what you would have done if I wasn't there? I do look pretty pale, huh? Being a vampire is getting worse and worse by the day. Thoronir, if you got grand soul gems, I'll let this go. Are you still mad at me following you?
Why are you following?
Sorry. Sorry. Forget it.
Well, certainly. Please, I'm very busy.
Yep, you are. You're right. Oh, Jack. Here to join us?
What can I do for you?
Don't worry about it. What's up, Jack? How you doing? Going from laying in one spot to laying in another one? Got some shady dealings going on. Ooh! Meet me in the flower bed. Riveting quest. Absolutely riveting. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for hanging out with me.
That you, Agarmir?
Shh! Not so loud. How many times have I told you that?
Sorry. I'm not used to this kind of meeting. This makes me nervous.
Well, just shut up and listen to me.
Don't mind me.
The next shipment will be sooner than I expected. Just have the money ready.
Same assortment of things? I mean, I have enough clothing for now.
You take what I get. I get notice at the last second, and I have to jump on it. No time to be picky about it.
Well, that society is putting more pressure on me. So maybe we better cut back for a while.
You cut back now, and I'm going to take my business elsewhere. Or maybe pay a visit to that Jensine and tell her about your little scheme.
Fine. Made your point. Contact me when you have the items, and we'll meet again.
Don't worry. It'll be very soon. Now get out of here.
I've observed a meeting between Thoronir and a mysterious man named Agamir. Looks like my new target is Agamir. I should follow him and see where he goes. It was a cool conversation you guys just had, guys. Wow. He doesn't look suspicious at all.
Hey.
Everybody probably just thinks Thoronir's getting blowies in the, like, in the garden by the well at night. Everybody's just like, yeah, whatever, guys. You know, you do you. No need to follow this. And that's fine. I'm the weird one following him around. I think, what is the... I make, oh yeah, there's a walk button. But I walk slower than everybody else, which is so weird. Like, why? Why, Bethesda? Why do I run faster than everybody and walk slower than everybody? Popular cruising spot on Imperial Grinder. Exactly. Exactly. I'm Agamir. I love working with my hands. Great at logistics. Introverted at parties. Extroverted in the bedroom.
Hey.
Yeah, 6'1". Don't even think about messaging me if you're under 6'2". I want you to say that you're a good Christian boy, but don't actually follow through on any of those values. I've discovered that Agamir has a house in Talos Plaza. I should go inside when he's not around and investigate.
Hey.
All right. Wooden door to his house. All right, noted. When he's not there.
Is everything all right?
No.
You look a bit ill.
Nothing's okay. All right, so...
Maybe he lit. Step aside. I'm gonna win the right to join the guild. You can't beat me.
Okay. I don't really care. Whatever you're doing, not as cool as what I'm doing. It's actually not true. God, where do I go? Empty soul gems. I'm gonna have 3 after this. Oh God. I mean, do I just travel to other cities and see if they've got it? Like maybe Skingrad's got some stuff. Maybe Anvil. I guess I could go back to Anvil. See if there's any shops over there. Ugh.
Oh.
This town's cool. Wow. 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 I'm getting my ass kicked. Whoa. Holy shit, dude. Whoa. 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 I did not realize that this was gonna start. Oh, shit.
You won't get any of my blood. Get away from me.
Oh, God. Now everybody knows I'm... Oh, man.
No, no!
No, no, no. Oh, this is...
How are you?
I've been better.
This is
Captain
a horrible
Dougal's
thing.
rumored treasure has to be true. I wonder if the first Count of Anvil found
Oh,
it.
nobody's gonna sell me. I'm not even gonna be able to get a room.
Not a bad way to make some money if you got the stones for it.
Oh, man.
Have you heard any word about the other provinces?
Many are dead in the land of the Dunmer. Even St. Tube, who drove the cliff racers from Vardenfell.
It seems it is a dire situation.
Oh, shit. Dude, this sucks. This like massively sucks.
Oh.
I am getting absolutely blasted. Gotta go store to store, revive. Oh, Jesus. Come on, please sell me a room.
Get back, you filthy beast. I have nothing to do with the likes of you.
Come on. No, I don't want to
Hello,
have to,
good
like,
sir.
I don't want to kill everybody so that I can just get into a room.
You won't get any of my...
This sucks.
Hello,
Oh, no. I don't know. I don't know what to do. This is... Oh. Oh no. This is a terrible thing. This is so bad. Oh, I'm surprised they're not like following me around. Like, get out of here, you rat bastard. You're not allowed in here. Oh. Oh. All right. Well, I'll get my lockpicking skill up, dude. This. I actually have a whole mental health thing I'm going to go into here in a second, but first I'm going to pick these locks. Oh. Oh. Might as well make the most of this. See, now is when I wish I would have bought a house here. Because now that I don't have one, this is really brutal. Although, and I don't know that this... Oh. No. Everybody was concerned, and now nobody's concerned. You know? Like, everybody went from like, oh, dude, you don't look so good, to, whoa, buddy, I hate you. In the same way that you hated them. Before you became one. No! Oh my god. Oh my god. Come on, Ryan. Why does this last one get better? Oh, the beds, accountant's arms are softest as an anvil. We wash them after every third customer. Oh, no matter how soiled, our pillows are twice as soft as those of the flowing bowl. Okay. So time to talk about being discriminated against. There's two things I want to talk about. The first one, so I don't forget it is really easy, myself included. I have shown an extreme anti-vampire bias throughout this entire playthrough. Somewhat jokingly, but like, I still, you know, I was like, I don't want to be that. I objectified the shit out of the vampires, made absolutely no attempt to understand them, and continuously tried to avoid them and gave them all bunches of shit anytime I came across them. And now I am one. And now, as the result of becoming one, I am forced into an experience where I now have more empathy for why they lock themselves in mines and why they don't show themselves in public places, because nobody wants anything to do with them. They are discriminated against in the biggest ways, and people are afraid of them. People don't understand them. And as such, the only way that I've gained any kind of empathy for their experience is to become one and deal with what they're dealing with, which is usually, unless you're a person that actively engages your intellectual curiosity about the experiences of others, is generally how people come to find empathy for people they don't understand, is to experience something similar. One of the biggest examples of this is when people objectify the poor and the unhoused and then fall on hard times. And then all of a sudden, you start to have a lot of empathy for folks that are struggling because you've been forced into a situation where you have to understand just how expensive it is to be poor. So in that vein here, I'm going to talk a little bit about the cascading that happens here as the result of discrimination on me. I am no longer being engaged with the benefit of the doubt. I appear a certain way, albeit, yeah, terrifying. I appear a certain way that engages people's biases, the same way that mine were. And people make judgment calls based on those biases instead of getting to know me. Again, path of least resistance for a lot of people is to engage the objectifications that have been forced upon them about others rather than engaging them with curiosity and nuance. But what happens, right? I've got basic needs. No matter who you are, no matter what your social status, your job, your relationship status, where you live, everybody's got needs that got to be met in order to survive the existence that is life. When those things are denied to you because of some level of systemic oppression on those traits, your needs don't just stop existing. People tell you you can't stay at certain hotels, eat certain foods, hang out with certain people, have access to certain goods and services because of what you look like or who you are or who you love or whatever. It doesn't mean that those things stop. You don't stop being hungry because you've been denied access to a grocery store. You don't stop needing a place to sleep that's dry just because a hotel turns you away for who you are. Like, none of these things change because of... And so what do people do? They do what I'm doing. You find ways to get those needs met. If I don't feed my cats will start pawing at stuff. They'll start getting into things that they don't need to be getting into. Or they start foraging in aggressive ways. They don't stop being hungry because I didn't feed them. So when you a lot of times we like to talk about like the higher top of the pyramid dynamics as it relates to like discrimination, power, privilege, oppression, etc. But in certain ways, these things affect the core needs of what it is to be human. One of those needs being the need to connect with others. And so when you strip access away from people, they still have to figure out where to go to get those things met. When you strip basic healthcare needs from people, that doesn't stop them from being wounded. It doesn't stop them from being sick. It doesn't stop accidents from happening. What it does do is tax the system in other ways, because people still have to get their needs met. People still have to eventually be attended to, or, you know, rot in their apartment that they can't afford. So this is such a great example of what it's like and how instantaneously it can happen. You and your significant other both lose your jobs, can't pay your rent, start having to deal with the system at large while you're already in an incredibly difficult situation. You start dealing with it. You go to certain places, they don't want anything to do with you. You start going to a place to apply for a job and you're disheveled because you haven't showered in a week because you don't have access to it because your water's shut off. It is incredibly expensive and taxing to be poor and have to navigate a system that's actively working against you. And so many of us that the system works for don't ever think about this. We don't have to think about it. We see other people dealing with it and we often will blame them rather than blame a system that isn't sustaining the ability to get people up back on their feet when they've fallen. And often it takes until you are in this type of position to really get there and understand it. So, man, I tell you. We are gonna... This is why it's so important to try... And if you go, well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that. Vote for people who are interested in policies and processes that work to lift people up when they're struggling, that work to try to make a system that is more equitable. Like, that's the biggest way. Look for people, engage with people in positions of power who show a degree of empathy and willingness to extend alms to folks.
Hello, good sir.
But those are handouts. Well, yeah, sort of. But everybody benefits when everybody's doing well, right? Rising tide lifts all boats. So that's the way that you can influence this stuff. Don't plug your ears and go la 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 and pretend it doesn't exist. Ask yourself, if I got screwed tomorrow, who seems interested in facilitating a system that will help me get myself back up? Because the majority of people are not looking for people to just pick them back up. The majority of people are willing to do the work to figure out how to get their circumstances better. But if the system is actively working against them, it's demoralizing. And anybody who's watching this video now, in the future, who's ever lost a job and had to deal with unemployment, particularly in times where like hiring is not happening very well, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not that you don't want to work.
Hello,
it's that you do all the work to try to figure out how to get work and nothing works with you. It's a terrible space to be in. So, you know, vote for people who give access to vampires so that people's representation of vampires can change, so that maybe I walk into this place during the day and I'm urgently needing a room and this guy goes, oh shit, yeah, I get why this vampire's panicking when he comes inside and his skin's on fire. I understand that. He seems like a nice enough guy. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because I have a nuanced internal representation of it. Yeah, happy to sell you a room, my friend. So, you know, I may sound a little bit preachy here, but these things are really important. This is a mess. I really don't know what to do here other than wait this out and then try to...
What's this about?
Like, I need to buy a house.
At the Count's arms. He knows a lot about fine wines.
I've had many good meals at the Count's Arms. I've had even more good bottles of wine there.
Oh, man. Dude. Oh, my God. I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna die.
Oh!
Oh, my God. This is Poverty Simulator.
Are you not feeling well?
If you're a person that looks at this and you're just like, oh yeah, I'll just pray for you. I don't think that's gonna do much for me right now.
Hello there. Is there something with which I can assist you? Perhaps you're curious about joining the Mages Guild.
And then when you're in bed, now I'm not saying that the Mages Guild are bad people, but then what happens is when you're that desperate, this is when people get preyed on. This is how cults happen. This is how predatory services happen. Nobody will give you the time of day. You have no chance. You walk into a payday loan spot and the person goes, "What's up? I don't care what you look like. I'm here to help in the best way that I can." And you have no other options. You take a payday loan and then you're screwed. Oh, you're struggling? Your needs aren't being met? You don't have access to like education, food, community, any of that stuff? Well, guess what our gang has? We have resources, we have money, we have camaraderie, we have purpose. Okay, cool. I'll join the gang because nothing else is helping me out. Nothing else is protecting me. System's completely failing me. You're telling me that if I join this gang, do some initiation shit, that I've got people who have my back? I've got access to resources and money? Sure, I might have to like sell some drugs, or whatever, but hey, my needs are getting met. Okay. This is how this shit happens, man. It doesn't happen because people wake up and go, I want to put myself in danger and join a gang. No. The system completely is failing you in every possible way, and then there's a segment that will. I walk into the Mages Guild and I'm desperate, and they go, yeah, man, we'll take you in. You want to join the guild? We'll give you a place to sleep. Give you a place to stay. We'll give you a sense of purpose. We'll give you all of this stuff. You go, shit, all right. That actually sounds better than it did back when I wasn't a vampire.
Farewell.
She's the first person in the last 20 minutes that I walked in and they were like, what's up?
You won't get any of my blood. Get away
See,
from me.
and this guy's freaking out. Oh. Sparky.
Get back, you filthy beast! I'll have nothing to do with the likes of you.
And by the way, if this keeps happening psychologically over and over and over again, you try to engage with people and they get into their discriminatory measures and their bias and all of this stuff, you run the risk of possibly internalizing it and going, maybe it is me. Maybe I am the problem. Maybe it's not the system. And that is a really shitty place to be in. I really do not know what to do because I can't fast travel from here. But if I go outside, I can't. It's 5:46 p.m. So I guess, wow, this is so wild. So I literally just have to wait this out, and then I have got to figure out how to get to soul gems. This is unbelievable. All right, I gotta pee. I'm gonna pee really quick while I kill time. And when I go to talk to them, they're like, no, screw it, man. Like, oh, you should get some help. But not from me.
Oh!
Oh. That guy won't sell to me. No. This is... Woo. Wonder, can I feed on this guy? Pick his pockets. Alright, people I think have to be asleep. Mages Guild Charter. Imperial Charter of the Guild of Mages. I don't think I've read this. Purpose. The Guild of Mages provides benefits to scholars of magic and established laws regarding the proper use of magic. Oh no, I did read this.
You should really get to a healer. You're looking The
Ruins of Kemel Z. I don't think I read this. The charter is new? Oh, I think this is new too. I'd like to read this. With the acclamations of the Fellows of the Imperial Society still ringing in my ears, I decided to return to Morrowind immediately. It was not without some regret that I bade farewell to the flesh pots of the Imperial City, but I knew that the wonders I'd brought back from Ralid Makai had only scratched the surface of the Dwemer ruins in Morrowind. Even more spectacular treasures were out there, I felt, just waiting to be found, and I was eager to be off. I also had before me the salutary example of poor Bannerman, who was still dining out in his single expedition to Black Marsh 20 years ago. That would never be me, I vowed. With my letter from the Empress in hand, this time I would have the full cooperation of the Imperial authorities. No more need to worry about attacks from superstitious locals. But where should I look next? The ruins at Kemel Z were the obvious choice. Unlike Ralid Makai, getting to the ruins would not be a problem. Also known as the Cliff City, Kemel Z lies on the mainland side of Vlanderfell Rift, sprawling down the sheer coastal cliff. Travelers from the east coast of Venderfell often visit the site by boat, and it can also be reached by overland from the nearby villages without undue hardship. Once my expedition had assembled in Seda Neen, with the usual tedious complications involved in operating in this half-civilized land, we set out for the village of Marag near the ruins, where we hoped to hire a party of diggers. My interpreter, Twen Panai, an usually jolly fellow for a dark elf who I hired in Seda Neen at the recommendation of the local garrison commander, assured me that the local villagers would be very familiar with Kemel Z, having looted the site for generations. Incidentally, Tenpenny, as we soon came to call him to his constant amusement, proved invaluable, and I would recommend him without hesitation to any of my colleagues who were planning similar expeditions to the wilds of Morrowind. At Marag, we ran into our first trouble. The hetman of the village, a reserved, elegant old fellow, seemed willing to cooperate, but the local priest, a representative of an absurd religion they have here, worshipping something called the Tribunal, who they claim actually live in palaces in Morrowind, was fervently against us excavating the ruins. He looked likely to sway the villagers to his side with his talk of religious taboos, but I waved the Empress's letter under his nose and mentioned something about my friend the garrison commander at Seda Neen, and he quieted right down. No doubt this was just a standard negotiating tactic arranged among the villagers to increase their pay. In any event, once the priest had stalked off muttering to himself, no doubt calling down curses upon the heads of the foreign devils, we soon had a line of villagers eager to sign to the expedition. While my assistant was working out the mundane details of contract supplies, etc., Master Arum and I rode on to the ruins. By land, they can only be reached using narrow paths that wind down the face of the cliff from above, where any misstep threatens to send one tumbling into the sea foaming about the jagged rocks below. The city's original entrance to the surface must have been a part of the city to the northeast, the part that fell into the sea long ago when the eruption of Red Mountain created this mind-bogglingly vast crater. After successfully navigating the treacherous path, we found ourselves in a large chamber open to the sky on one side, disappearing into the darkness on the other. As we stepped forward, our boots crunched on piles of broken metal, as common in dwarven ruins as potsherds and other ancient sites. This was obviously where the looters brought their finds from deeper levels, stripping off the valuable outer casings of the dwarven mechanisms and leaving their innards here, easier than lugging the intact mechanisms back to the top of the cliff. I laughed to myself, thinking of many warriors unwittingly walking around Tamriel with pieces of dwarven mechanisms on their backs. For that, of course, is what most dwarven armor really is, just the armored shells of ancient mechanical men. I sobered when I thought of how exceedingly valuable an intact mechanism would be. This place was obviously full of dwarven devices, judging from the litter covering the floor of the vast chamber, or had been, I reminded myself. Looters had been working over this site for centuries. Just the casing alone would be worth a small fortune, sold as armor. Most dwarven armor is made of mismatched pieces from various devices, hence its reputation for being bulky and unwieldy. But a match set from an intact mechanism is worth more than its weight in gold, for the pieces all fit together smoothly and the wearer hardly notices the bulk. Of course, I had no intention of destroying my finds for armor, no matter how valuable. I'd bring it back to the Society for Scientific Study. I imagined the astonished cries of my colleagues as I unveiled it in my next lecture and smiled again. I picked up a discarded gear from the piles at my feet, still gleamed brightly as if new made, the dwarven alloys resisting the corrosion of time. I wondered what secrets remained hidden in the maze of chambers that lay before me, defying the efforts of looters, waiting to gleam again in the light they had not seen in long eons. Waiting for me. It remained only to find them. With the impatient gesture to Master Arum to follow, I strode forward into the gloom. Master Arum, Tenpenny, and I spent several days exploring the ruins while my assistants set up camp at the top of the cliff and hauled supplies and equipment from the village. I was looking for a promising area to begin excavation, a blocked passage or corridor untouched by looters that might lead to completely untouched areas of the ruins. We found 2 such areas early on, but soon discovered that many winding passages bypassed the blockage and gave access to the rooms behind. Nevertheless, even those outer areas, for the most part stripped clean of artifacts by generations of looters, were full of interest to the professional archaeologist. Behind a massive bronze door, burst from its hinges by some ancient turmoil of the earth, we discovered a large chamber filled with exquisite wall carvings, which impressed even the jaded Tenpenny, who claimed to have explored every dwarven ruin in Morrowind. They seemed to depict an ancient ritual of some kind, with a long line of classically bearded dwarven elders processing down the side walls, all seemingly bowing to the giant form of a god carved into the front wall of the chamber, which was caught in the act of stepping forth from the crater of a mountain in a cloud of smoke or steam. According to Master Arum, there are no known depictions of dwarven religious rituals, so this was an exciting find indeed. I set a team to work prying the carved panels from the wall, but they were unable to even crack the surface. On closer examination, the chamber appeared to be faced with a metallic substance with the texture and feel of stone, impervious to any of our tools. I considered having Master Arum try his blasting magic on the walls, but decided that the risk of destroying the carvings was too great. Much as I would have preferred to bring them back to the Imperial City, I had to settle for taking rubbings of the carvings. If my colleagues in the Society showed enough interest, I was sure a specialist could be found, perhaps a master alchemist, who could find a way to safely remove the panels. I found another curious room at the top of a long winding stair, barely passable due to the fall of rubble from the roof. At the top of the stair was a domed chamber with a large ruined mechanism at its center. Painted constellations were still visible in some places on the surface of the dome. Master Arum and I agreed that this must have been some kind of observatory, and the mechanism was therefore the remains of a dwarven telescope. To remove it from the ruins down the narrow stairway would require its complete disassembly, which fact no doubt had preserved it from the attention of looters, so I decided to leave it in place for the time being. The existence of this observatory suggested, however, that this room had once been above the surface. Close examination of the structure revealed that this was indeed a building, not an excavated chamber. The only other doorways from the room were completely blocked, and careful measurements from the top of the cliff to the entry room and then to the observatory revealed that we were still more than 250 feet below the present ground level, a sobering reminder of the forgotten fury of Red Mountain. The discovery led us to focus our attentions downward. Since we now know approximately where the ancient surface lay, we could rule out many of the higher blocked passages. One wide passage, impressively flanked with carven pillars, particularly drew my interest. It ended in a massive rockfall, but we could see where looters had begun and then abandoned a tunnel through the debris. With my team of diggers and the Master Arum's majory to assist, I believed we could succeed where our predecessors had failed. I therefore set my team of dark elves to work on clearing the passage, relieved finally to be beginning the real exploration of Kemal Z. Soon I hoped my boots would be stirring up dust that had lain undisturbed since the dawn of time. With this exciting prospect before me, I may have driven my diggers a bit too hard. Tenpenny reported that they were beginning to grumble about the long days and that some were talking of quitting. Knowing from experience that nothing puts heart back into these dark elves like the taste of the lash, I had the ringleaders whipped and the rest confined to the ruins until they had finished clearing the passageway. Jesus Christ, that is not where I thought that was going. Thanks Stendar for my foresight in requisitioning a few legionnaires from Seda Neen. They were sullen at first, but with the promise of an extra day's wages when they broke through, they soon set work with a will. While these measures may sound harsh to my readers back in the comforts of civilization, let me assure you that there is no other way to get these people to stick to a task. No, definitely no other way. No possible other way. Have to do that. The knots people twist themselves into to justify the easy way is just ridiculous. The blockage was much worse than I had first thought, and in the end, it took almost 2 weeks to clear the passage. The diggers were as excited as I was when their picks finally broke through the far end to emptiness. I'm sure they were excited about what you were excited about, not that the job was done. And we shared a round of the local liqueur together, a foul concoction in truth, to show that all was forgiven. I could hardly restrain my eagerness as they enlarged the hole to allow entry into a chamber beyond. Would the passage lead to entire new levels of the ancient city filled with artifacts left by the vanished dwarves? Or would it only be a dead end, some side passage leading nowhere? Find out on next episode of Dragon Ball Z. My excitement grew as I slid through the hole and crouched for a moment in the darkness beyond. From the echoing sounds of the stones rattling beneath my feet, I was in a large room, perhaps very large. I stood up carefully and unhooded my lantern. As the light flooded the chamber, I looked around in astonishment. Here were the wonders beyond even my wildest dreams. As the light from the lamp filled the chamber beyond the rock fall, I looked around in astonishment. Everywhere was the warm glitter of dwarven alloys. I had found an untouched section of the ancient city. My heart pounding with excitement, I looked around me. The room was vast, the roof soaring up into darkness beyond the reach of my lamp, the far end lost in shadows with only a tantalizing glimmer hinting at treasures not yet revealed. Along each wall stood rows of mechanical men, intact except for one oddity. Their heads had been ritually removed and placed on the floor at their feet. This could mean only one thing. I discovered the tomb of a great dwarven noble, maybe even a king. Burials of this type had been discovered before, most famously by Ransom's expedition to Hammerfell, but no completely intact tomb had ever been found, until now. But if this was truly a royal burial, where was the tomb? I stepped forward gingerly, the rows of headless bodies standing silently as they had for eons, their disembodied eyes seeming to watch me as I passed. I'd heard wild tales of the curse of the dwarves, but had always laughed it off as superstition. But now, breathing the same air as the mysterious builders of this city, which had lain undisturbed since the cataclysm that spelled their doom, I felt a twinge of fear. There was some power here, I felt, something malevolent that resented my presence. I stopped for a moment and listened. All was silent. Except, it seemed I heard a faint hiss, regular as breathing. I fought down a sudden surge of panic. I was unarmed, not thinking of danger in my haste to explore past the blocked passage. Sweat dripped down my face as I scanned the gloom for any movement. The room was warm, I suddenly noticed. Much warmer than the rest of the labyrinth thus far. My excitement returned. Could I have found a section of the city still connected to a functioning steam grid? Pipes ran along the walls, as in all sections of the city. I walked over and placed my hand on one. It was hot, almost too hot to touch. Now I saw that in places where the ancient piping had corroded, small jets of steam were escaping, the sound I'd heard. I laughed at my own credulity. I now advanced quickly to the far end of the room, giving a cheerful salute to the ranks of mechanical soldiers who had appeared so menacing only moments before. I smiled with triumph as the light swept back the darkness for centuries to reveal the giant effigy of a dwarven king standing on raised dice. I don't know what that word is. His metal hand clutching his rod of office. This was the prize indeed. I circled the dice slowly, admiring the craftsmanship of the ancient dwarves. The Golden King stood 20 feet tall and under a freestanding domed cupola. His long, upswept beard jutting forward proudly as his glittering metal eyes seemed to follow me. But my superstitious mood had passed, and I gazed benevolently on the Dwarven King. My king, as I had already begun to think of him. My king. I stepped onto the dice to get a better look of the sculpted armor. Suddenly, the eyes of the figure opened, and it raised a mailed fist to strike. I leaped to one side as the golden arm came crashing down, striking sparks from the steps where I had stood a moment before. With a hiss of steam and a whir of gears, the giant figure stepped ponderously out from under its canopy and strode toward me with frightening speed, its eyes tracking me as I scrambled backwards. I dodged behind a pillar as the fist whistled down again. I dropped my lantern in the confusion, and now I crept into the darkness outside the pool of light, hoping to slip between the headless mechanisms and thus escape back to the safety of the passageway. Where had the monster gone? You'd think that a 20-foot golden kind would be hard to miss, but he was nowhere to be seen. A guttering lamp only illuminated a small part of the room. He could be hiding anywhere in the gloom. I crawled faster. Without warning, the dim ranks of dwarven soldiers in front of me went flying as the monstrous guardian loomed before me. He'd cut off my escape. As I dodged backwards, blow after blow whistled down as the implacable machine followed me relentlessly, driving me into the far corner of the room. At last, there was nowhere left for me to go. My back was to the wall. I glared up at my foe, determined to die on my feet. The huge fist lifted for one final blow. The room blazed with sudden light. Bolts of purple energy crackled across the metal carapace of the dwarven monster, and it halted, half turning to meet this new threat. Master Arum had come. I was about to raise a cheer when the giant figure turned back to me, unharmed by the lightning bolt hurled by Master Arum, determined to destroy this first intruder. I shouted out, "Steam! Steam!" as the giant raised his fist to crush me into the floor. There was a hiss and a gust of bitter cold, and I looked up. The monster was now covered with a shell of ice, frozen in the very moment of dispatching me. Master Arum had understood. I leaned against the wall with relief. The ice cracked above me. Giant Golden King stood before me, the shell of ice falling away, his head swiveling towards me in triumph. Was there no stopping this dwarven monstrosity? But then the light faded from his eyes and his arms dropped to his sides. The magical frost had worked, cooling its steam-driven energy. As Master Arum and the diggers crowded around me, congratulating me on my narrow escape, my thoughts drifted. I imagined my return to the Imperial City, and I knew that this would be my greatest triumph yet. How could I possibly top this find? Perhaps it was time to move on. Recovering the fabled eye of Argonia, now that would be a coup. I smiled to myself, reveling in the glory of the moment, but already planning my next adventure.
Rather pale.
That was a nice one. I liked that. Alright, so I'm not going to get in trouble for picking this because it's white. At least I hope. Enthralling present. Mysticism. The Unfathomable Voyage by Tatrinus Lore. Mysticism is a school of sorcery least understood by the magical community and the most difficult to explain to novice mages. The spell effects commonly ascribed to the school of mysticism are extravagantly disparate, as soul trap, the creation of a cell that would hold a victim's spirit after death, to telekinesis, the manipulation of objects at a distance. But these effects are simply that, effects. The sorcery behind them is veiled in a mystery that goes back to the oldest civilizations of Tamriel and perhaps beyond. The Psijics of the Isle of Artaeum have a different term for mysticism, the Old Way. The phrase becomes bogged in semantic quagmire because the Old Way also refers to the religion and customs of the Psijics, which may or may not be part of the magic of mysticism. There are few mages who devote their lives to the study of mysticism. The other schools are far more predictable and ascertainable. Mysticism seems to derive power from its conundrums and paradoxes. The act of experimentation, no matter how objectively implemented, can influence magicka by its very existence. Therefore, the mystic mage must consign himself to finding dependable patterns within the roiling imbroglio of energy. Sentence. And the time it takes him to devise an enchantment with a consistent trigger and result, his peers in the other schools may have researched and documented dozens of new spells and effects. The mystic mage must thus be a patient and relatively uncompetitive philosopher. For centuries, mostly during the Second Era, scholarly journals published theory after theory about the aspect or aspects of magicka lumped together under mysticism. In the Mages Guild's tradition of finding answers to all things, respected researchers suggested that mysticism's penultimate energy source was the Aetherius itself, or else daedric beings of unimaginable power, either rationale, would explain the seemingly random figurations of mysticism. Some even ventured that mysticism arose from the unused elements of successfully or even unsuccessfully cast spells. Discussion within the Order of Psijics after Artaeum's reappearance has led some scholars to postulate that mysticism is less spiritual in nature, as was originally supposed, and that either the intellect or the emotional state of the believer is sufficient to influence its energy configuration and flow. None of these explanations is truly satisfactory taken by itself for the beginning student of mysticism. It is the best to simply learn the patterns distinguishable in the maelstrom of centuries past. The more patterns are discovered, the clearer the remaining ones become. Until, of course, they change, for inevitably they have to. Then the journey begins. Sometimes reading these is like, especially reading them aloud, is like reading a Jane Austen. It's like, man, some flowery language. Wonder if mage journals have ridiculous publishing and reading fees? Probably not. Probably don't pay their authors, that's for sure. Hey, do you want to spend countless hours putting a manuscript together to submit to our journal and we won't give you any money for it even though we make money from it? Oh, thank God. Nighttime. I'm actually inclined to go back to my house up at Frostcrag. You have not found this location yet? Bullshit, I haven't found it. What are you talking about? This is literally my house. What? Oh my gosh. What do you do when nobody wants anything to do with you? Like, I'm gonna have to go inside these and hope that I can find soul gems. Like, that really seems like my only option right now. This is really something. And I'm afraid of fast traveling too far because if I do, oh man. Well. Oh man. We're gonna have to manage this conundrum in part 19. Holy hell. This is stressful. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate your presence. Leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, follow the links. Oh, God, this is crazy. Do anything. Discipline. I gotta get rid of this because not being able to walk around during the day like this is just outrageous. So, thank you for taking the time. I appreciate you very much. And would love to see you come hang out with us live sometime. Seriously, please leave a thumbs up and all that fun stuff because it really makes a difference for this channel. Tell other people about it. Check out my other playthroughs. If you financially support these in any possible way, thank you for doing that as well. I'm very grateful for it. I have a Patreon of sorts on my fourth wall, which is my merchandise shop. Feel free to check that out if you want to throw some extra support my way as well. If you're binging, I'll see you right here in the next episode. If you're waiting for the next one to come out, I'll get it out as soon as we can. Appreciate you. You matter. See you in the next one.